So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Go!
Mitchell up the middle. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Chase Young bringing him down there. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
Shotgun snap now to Young. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
They motion a receiver left. On 3rd down, it's Young. This is Legant working the left side. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Here we go, set!
The first carry now for Jonathan Brooks. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the gun, Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
Let's go now. Take go.
Young working from the gun. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Throwing from the gun. That'll be complete to Ford. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 24. Got for big yards on the right side. And he'll be touched down after a big play.
I'm may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First carry now for Austin Ekeler. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From midfield now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board, and the first drive as a defense, and now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Panthers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Again, it's Brooks. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Viking 18. Check. Drop low 18. Check go.
They're going for it. Young. He finds him beyond the marker. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers parlay the interception into points. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Ekeler. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
This is Ekeler on 2nd. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Back now, pressure on its way. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Offense up to the line fast. Third and long for him here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert. On first down, here's Eckler. And he'll get him a handful on that run as we've reached the end of the first. So that's one quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. 7-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They're advancing it well as they face second down. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Okay, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. He's dropping back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
First and 10, looking to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to offer a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Trying again following the sack. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Panthers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
Able to find Jones. And he'll to the 44. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
He gets them half of what they needed, so after a 7-yard gain, it's 3rd and 7.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Has it downfield working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 26. And that'll be good for a Carolina first.
Let's go now.
Here's Brooks. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf, and that meeting didn't go so well.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Ready?
Back to throw. Here's Young. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. Now on comes the Wizard of Oz, Chris Boswell for the field goal. It's 44 yards here from the left hash. Dicker connects there. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Starting from the 5. Big lick from the coverage team there, and that's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
10, 18, run, 18, run. Last 19. Go.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Panthers take over on his 5th interception of the season. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You're going to go play action, Kate. You've got to sell. If you don't convince that defense you're running it, or if it's a situation where you never run the ball, you really do leave your quarterback dead in the water, vulnerable against a defense who will storm right past that fake and right into that pocket.
Call it 8 yards on that pickup, and an even 10 remain on 3rd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done?
Ready?
Here's Young to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
58-yard attempt.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And their lead holds steady at 10.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. And it's the Saints, who only need a couple on 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is complete to Olave. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
To throw here on 1st down. And they pick him off again. Trevin Wallace has it. And the Panthers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, Shaq.
Young to throw it. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
On 2nd and 10, Young. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Saints cut it to a field goal game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
Young back to it after the pick. Connects with Cook. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Got it. Ready?
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long.
Ready?
Another try following the sack. On the move, past the 40. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best like curl and go, hook and go, out and up guys, Kate, they run that initial route full speed. He did. Got the defense to bite, and the play went right over his head.
To the air on first down. Young throwing deep for the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
A second down throw for Young. Jones reels it in. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it's second down.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. That's complete till he gets. And that will not be enough for a first down. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Dicker connects there. And that'll double their lead to 6. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Now Boswell on to send this away. Has this at the 6. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Olave with the catch. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's 2nd and 2. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints put 6 on their side as they reach the end zone. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Carried by Brooks to start the drive. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, Young. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Young working from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Colson Adebo's got it. And the Saints get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
On the give, here's Eckler. And he's brought down after a short gain. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Running with Eckler again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Let's go.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. From the 29. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun handoff now to Eckler. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Throwing now on first down. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Dicker on now for the PAT. Extra points sent in through the rain. And the Saints grow their lead to 8. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Getting right back to it after that interception. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Shotgun snap now to Young. He's on, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one.
Okay, ready?
The penalty erases an exciting turnover, makes it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
They'll run here following the penalty. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints have it as he records his 7th interception of the season.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
Let's go now. Ready?
Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Pass play on 1st and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Panthers take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys in bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Ready.
On the give, it's Brooks. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Young throwing here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 4th and short. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They give to Eckler, left side. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Jadeveon Clowney on that stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Staying with Eckler. And this one doesn't work any better. Defense there to drop him at the line again. That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. The Saints have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Pass play coming here. Has him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They're throwing it. He's throwing deep to the left side. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen on one of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
He completes it in traffic. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Looking to throw, Young. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth.
Ready.
The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth.
Let's go now.
They're going for it, Young. He finds him beyond the marker. And they make the tackle at the 38. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets them 17 yards on fourth down and gets them the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Young on the play action. Oh, no, they get him yet again. That's DeMario Davis. And the Saints have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
4 picks, 1 game. Hey, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
They're out and set. First and 10. Trying the inside handoff to Eckler. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
From the 27. Short pass brought in. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Cut out left. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Eckler running dead ahead. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Back to throw. Gets this to Johnson. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Hand off now to Eckler. And he's brought down for a loss. Working quickly here. Here's 2nd and 11. They did it! He made the interception! And the Panthers have some new life in the 4th.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Young. Complete to Tremble. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
That's complete to Leggett. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. Sticking to the air, it's Young. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Spins out of one stop. And the Saints make the play that should win them this game.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. Call it a 70-yard pickup, and they're just a yard away now on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. Eckler. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Back to throw. Well, still throwing, and this is intercepted.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Officials signaling timeouts. We've got whistles. Time left for 1 snap. And while we all know the odds are low, it's not impossible that they find a way to score. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. One final shot here. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So this will win on the road for the Saints. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Huard, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from Charlotte.